नमस्कार, मैं डॉक्टर विनय श्रीवास्तव इस समय एडिनबरा में हूँ। स्कॉटलैंड की राजधानी एडिनबरा का सबसे हाईएस्ट पॉइंट इस समय, और यहाँ से पूरे एडिनबरा में एक व्यू दिखाई पड़ रहा है जो कि बहुत ही खूबसूरत है। तेज़ हवाएं चल रही हैं इस वक्त, बहुत ही शानदार दिखाई पड़ रहा है। आप मेरे पीछे पूरा एडिनबरा देख सकते हैं, दूर दूर तक फैला हुआ एडिनबरा। एडिनबरा की सबसे ऊंची पहाड़ियाँ बहुत ऊंचाई से देख सकते हैं। बहुत तेज़ हवाएं चल रही हैं और ऐसा लग रहा है कि हम लोग उड़ जाएंगे, लेकिन ये बहुत ही खूबसूरत सीन है और ये मेजर टूरिस्ट अट्रैक्शन है स्कॉटलैंड के एडिनबरा का।
There I can see a big long train down to the left there. We're heading south down to England, no doubt. Round the corner you will be able to see Edinburgh Castle, but they've had to put this barricade up here on the right just in the last few months just because of rocks falling down. It's very prickly and it's obviously quite windy. So there's a lovely view of the skyline with Edinburgh Castle up there on the left with the flag flying. And then groups out enjoying.
एडिनबरा का सिटी टूर इस समय हम बस से कर रहे हैं और चारों तरफ एडिनबरा की अलग अलग इमारतें दिखाई पड़ रही हैं। सामने एडिनबरा का पार्लियामेंट हाउस।
So that if you look at the castle ahead, and then there's the tallest spire is where we're going to stop on the coast, go up to the castle. So we'll go right to the right here. So this building on the left with the white tinted roof is Dynamic Earth. It was once a brewery because there was a lot of breweries around Edinburgh because you weren't, until the 1800s, there was no fresh running water available. So you had to drink beer or lager. I know, isn't that awful? Sat right up, so when they did get water, they didn't like the taste of it. Typical, I know. So here we have, we've got the Palestinians who've been here for a while actually. I think they're here for the summer. And those of you on your right will get a
स्कॉटिश
full front
पार्लियामेंट
view
की
of the
बिल्डिंग
palace,
और
but I
स्कॉटलैंड
do
का
believe that it's
नेशनल फ्लैग यहाँ
closed
पर
today
फैला रहा है।
because it's now after 10 and there's no gates open.
स्कॉटिश पार्लियामेंट की
We'll
शानदार
know
बिल्डिंग
for
है।
sure in a minute, but it doesn't look like it. I do believe it's fishing
स्कॉटिश
boats,
पार्लियामेंट की
but you'd need to drink
अत्याधुनिक
half a bottle of whisky to get that one. And also the windows on the left hand side, this is our Scottish Parliament. No, the palace is not open today. On the windows of the Scottish Parliament, it's meant to look like drawn curtains, meaning that the MPs are being open and transparent, which is a joke. The old medieval city. So when we go through these traffic lights, the medieval city was a walled city for security, and it had 3 entrances, 3 areas had the giant gates, and when we go through these traffic lights there were giant city gates. To the right, this is one of the oldest buildings in the old medieval city. It's called John Knox's house on the right. You've got to remember there was no proper sanitation, and sadly they were neglected, and a lot of them had to be pulled down. They became too dangerous.
मध्यकालीन इमारतों के बीच में बसा एडिनबर्ग शहर
shut off. But straight ahead of us is
एक विशिष्ट आर्किटेक्ट से निर्मित है.
This church on the left with the clock, and then there's another church beyond it further up, and that's called St Giles Cathedral, and you can actually go in there today. It's very pretty inside. There's lots of history to St Giles, to the royals of Scotland, that they were strong and pure monarch, and that's why it was called Operation Unicorn for Queen Elizabeth II, because we thought she was a very strong and pure queen. So this is actually just in a minute, because when we get past this bus stop, on the left and right you'll see black railings, and if you look, you'll see if you're going to go past a museum called the National Museum of Scotland. It's on your left here, it's open, it opens at 10. And it has artefacts from all over the world. Sheep in there called Dolly. First animal ever to be cloned, and that research was carried out by Edinburgh University Veterinary Department. Now as we're going to swing round to the left, and as we do, over on the right hand side there's a cute little dog with a very shiny nose, and he's called Bobby, little Bobby. And the darker coloured is Edinburgh Medical School, and this is where the many famous doctors have got their degrees from here, such as Joseph Lister. Now Joseph Lister invented antiseptic for doing operations. Does anybody use Listerine mouthwash? Because he was a woman, because you weren't allowed to study medicine. And this is called Candlemaker Road. This is where they made all the candles to light the dwellings of the old town, and they were made of animal fat, so it would have been absolutely stinking. And we go straight on here, and then right to the end of the road we will turn up to the left at the next set of traffic lights. Now this area here is where a famous actor lived. This is where he was born, in this area. He was very working class. He went on to be a famous 007 agent. Sean Connery.
एडिनबर्ग कॉलेज ऑफ आर्ट की बिल्डिंग बहुत ही एक्सपेंसिव कॉलेज है ये.
Nice to look at, but it's up where you give blood.
स्कॉटलैंड का माना हुआ कॉलेज, काफी महंगा है ये.
They should be at school.
यहाँ एडमिशन के लिए काफी
there is a private school just coming up on the left hand side. It's called George Heriot, and the orphan boys who'd lost their fathers in the wars in Europe. This is it on the left. sent her children to when she could afford to. And on the right is an old hospital apartments. So if you wanted a 1-bedroom apartment in there, it's going to cost you 340,000.